Welcome everyone. Today we are talking about macros and meal planning. So my name is Lisa Holton. I'm your certified personal trainer and Fast Your Way to Fat Loss coach. I have been in the health and fitness space for 16 years, helping women balance their hormones naturally through easy to follow workouts and simple nutrition. And today I want to talk all about macros and meal planning with you. So drop a heart below if you want to learn more about macros and meal planning. So today we're going to dive into a topic that is fundamental to understanding nutrition and reaching your health goals. I teach macro tracking and personalized macros to all of my clients. So you're really going to get some valuable insights and tips from me today on this. All right, so let's dive in. I just want to give you a quick overview of what I'm going to be going over so that you kind of understand what I'm talking about. So first off, I'm going to talk about understanding macros and how they impact your body. Then I'm going to explore some effective strategies for meal planning to ensure that you're meeting your nutritional needs. And I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how you can make that super simple. By the end of the video, you'll have a solid grasp of how to optimize your diet for better health and performance, which is what we all want. If you guys have any questions as I'm going along, just drop them below in the comments. All right, step one, what are macros? Okay, so let's break that down. Macros are short for macronutrients. There are three types of macros or macronutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So carbohydrates are your energy source. Protein helps you repair and build muscle. And fat helps you with hormone production and nutrient absorption. It also helps you with that feeling of being satisfied after eating. So fat kind of always gives us that crunch we want or that creaminess factor. That's kind of what fat is, if you think about it like building a salad or building a meal on your plate. So that is what macros are. So when I'm talking about macros, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So I want to share a quick story with you that illustrates the power of effective meal planning and why that matters. So I had a client that was struggling to reach their fitness goals because they just were not eating enough food. They thought they were eating healthy, and they were working out, but they weren't seeing the results they wanted. They were not seeing the fat loss they wanted. Their clothes were still not fitting. They still had muffin top, and they had the perimenopause symptoms. Once they started figuring out their macros and the right macros for their body, and they started to follow a personalized plan, they implemented a structured meal plan that aligns with their macronutrient needs. They were able to lose 6 inches in 6 weeks and no longer had a muffin top. So that is how effective and efficient tracking your macros can be if you're using the right ratio for your body. So I want to give you 2 quick tips when preparing meals. Number 1 is to make extra food so you have leftovers for lunch the next day. You're already cooking, so just make a little bit more so that you can have lunch ready for you for the next day. And number 2, this is a secret that I feel like nobody remembers. Use your slow cooker. You don't even have to cook. Turn your slow cooker on in the morning, throw your protein in there. You can throw some vegetables, even grains in there with it. And when you get home from work, or when you're done and ready for supper for the night, your meal is already done. You don't even have to cook. The slow cooker did it all for you. So remember to use your slow cooker to help you with meal planning and prepping. So before we move on, I just want to encourage you to take action. So if you're serious about improving your nutrition and reducing your perimenopause symptoms, now is the time to prioritize meal planning and understanding macros before the summer season hits. So I don't want you to wait until tomorrow or fall. I want you to start implementing what you've learned today. And if you need more support, just drop a me below, M-E, and I'll send you some information on my 6-week round that launches on Monday, April 22. All right, my next tip is I want to talk a little bit more about meal planning. So meal planning and prep is essential when you're trying to hit your macros. When you're trying to hit your macros, we're not just willy-nillying eating whatever we want, whenever we want. We do need to have a little bit of strategy and a plan in place in order to hit those macros so that we can feel our best. So Here are my top tips to help you. Number 1, write down your meals for the week. So I do this every Friday. I make a list of exactly what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, and supper. If this feels overwhelming to you, just start with supper. So what are, say, 5 Monday through Friday suppers that you can make during the week? Write them down. Then I build my grocery list off of that. So I will write out what we're gonna have for meals. Then I look in my refrigerator and pantry, what do I have, what don't I have? And that's how I build my grocery list off of that. Then I go to the grocery store, or you can shop online, whichever one you prefer. Once I've done that, I then will prep anything that needs to be prepped. So for example, maybe I'll cut up some fruits and vegetables, or I will wash some fruits and vegetables so they're ready for the week. Another idea is to batch cook your grains. So you can take an Instant Pot, a slow cooker, or you can just cook it however you like, but you can batch cook rice and quinoa. So then you can just batch cook a whole bunch, and then you can just portion out however much you need for lunches and suppers. You can also batch cook your protein. So for example, say it's Sunday night and you're grilling hamburgers, so grill some extra burgers so that you have them to eat either for lunch or for supper the next night. Here's a tip for all the busy moms out there. If you look at your kid's calendar and you see that you don't have time to make supper on Tuesday night and Thursday night, then that means on Monday and Wednesday when you're making supper, just make more so that you can have the leftovers on Tuesday and Thursday. It's all about just planning ahead and having a plan for what's coming up in your calendar instead of trying to fly by the seat of your pants. If you're kind of just winging it, you're never going to be able to hit those macros because you don't have a plan. And a plan is what gets you results, not flying by the seat of your pants, all right? So another tip with the grains is you can buy microwavable rice, quinoa, pretty much anything nowadays. And if you're fine microwaving stuff, then go ahead and do that. Just stick it in the microwave, 90 seconds, your rice is done. That way you don't even have to cook anything, you don't have to dirty any dishes, it's already cooked for you. So these strategies will not only save you time and money, but also ensure that you're fueling your body with the nutrients that it needs in order to see those results that you want. All right, I would love to hear some of your tips. If you have any tips that you want to share with others, pop them below in the comments so that we can all learn from each other. And thank you so much for being here today, whether you're watching live or the replay. I hope you found the information valuable and insightful. Remember, the key to success is taking consistent action. So I encourage you to start implementing 1 or 2 of these tips right now into your daily routine. And again, if you have any questions or want to share a tip, drop them below in the comments. If you want to learn more about my 6-week program, just comment me, M-E, and I'll send you over the info. Talk to you soon.